In the ever-dramatic world of celebrity social media feuds and public commentary, a new chapter unfolded when Glee star Becca Tobin openly called out Matthew Coma, the husband of actress and singer Hilary Duff, for what she described as unnecessary and gross interference in a recent online controversy. The incident centers around actress Ashley Tisdale, who had shared a personal essay detailing her experience with a so-called toxic mom group that left her feeling excluded and judged after she became a mother. Tisdale's piece, published in a prominent online magazine, quickly gained traction as readers speculated about the identities of the group members involved, turning it into a viral discussion about celebrity parenting, friendships, and the pressures of motherhood in the public eye. Tisdale chose not to name any specific individuals in her writing, keeping the focus on her own emotions and the broader lessons she learned about setting boundaries and finding supportive communities. This approach was deliberate, allowing the essay to resonate with a wide audience without escalating into direct accusations. However, the lack of names did not prevent speculation, and it certainly did not stop Matthew Coma from entering the conversation in a highly visible and pointed way. Coma, a musician and producer known for his work in the music industry and his marriage to Hilary Duff, responded on social media with a post that many interpreted as a direct jab at Tisdale. He shared an edited image featuring Tisdale with his own face superimposed over hers, accompanied by a sarcastic caption that read something along the lines of a mock interview through a father's eyes. In it, he described the situation as one where, when you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. The comment implied that Tisdale was overly focused on herself rather than her child, labeling her as self-absorbed and out of touch. This response immediately sparked backlash, with many viewing it as an uncalled-for escalation from someone not directly involved in the original essay. Enter Becca Tobin, best remembered for her role as Kitty Wilde on the hit musical series Glee, where she portrayed a complex character navigating high school dynamics, friendships, and personal growth. Tobin, who has since transitioned into podcasting and co-hosting duties, addressed the situation during a recent episode of the Lady Gang podcast, alongside her co-hosts Kelty Knight and Jack Vanek. The podcast, known for its candid discussions on pop culture, relationships, and celebrity news, provided the perfect platform for Tobin to share her unfiltered thoughts. Tobin did not mince words. She began by emphasizing that, in her view, there were no real losers in the situation among the moms involved, except for one person: Hilary Duff's husband, Matthew Coma. She described his intervention as gross and particularly objectionable because it came from a husband jumping into a female-centered discussion to get petty. Tobin highlighted the key point that Ashley Tisdale had deliberately avoided naming anyone, which meant there was no direct attack on Hilary Duff or anyone else that required defensive action. If Tisdale had publicly called out Duff by name and accused her of being a mean girl, Tobin conceded, a spouse stepping in to defend their partner might be understandable. But in this case, the absence of specifics made Coma's response seem opportunistic and attention-seeking. She went further, expressing discomfort with the gender dynamics at play. "I think it's so gross when husbands jump in and get petty," Tobin stated, adding that it rubs her the wrong way when a man inserts himself into such matters purely for personal gain or visibility. She described Coma's actions as an attack on a woman, specifically calling Tisdale self-obsessed or self-absorbed in his post. Tobin called this tacky, and something that would upset her if her own husband behaved similarly, regardless of any past falling out or personal history with the person involved. She painted a picture of escalation: she goes low and then he goes lower. In Tobin's opinion, a man's commentary on this type of personal, female-driven narrative is not just inappropriate, it's offensive. The broader implications of this exchange touch on several ongoing conversations in celebrity culture. First, there's the issue of mom-shaming and how public figures, especially women, navigate parenthood under constant scrutiny. Tisdale's essay resonated because it reflected the real challenges many mothers face: feeling judged, excluded, or pressured to conform to idealized standards. When Coma responded by framing it as a matter of prioritizing toddlers over self-obsession, it shifted the narrative toward criticism of Tisdale's character rather than engaging with the essay's themes. Second, the role of spouses in public feuds has become a recurring topic. Partners of celebrities often face pressure to stay silent, but when they speak out, it can amplify drama or be seen as protective loyalty. In this case, Tobin's critique suggests a line: defense is one thing when there's a direct attack, but inserting oneself into ambiguity feels disproportionate and self-serving.